Hello, everyone. Right, so in continuation of our series wherein we are talking about what next after chartered accountancy, right? Once you become a chartered accountant. So we've already considered three options regarding job, practice, and business. In this particular video, we'll talk about the last two options over there. One which could be regarding the teaching, right? And second could be the other could be regarding the further studies. Right, so Yatharth, let's have an informative session today regarding, along with, say, even your job practice business also, how you could enter into the path of teaching and then also how you could continue your pursuit of further studies also.
Right. So, first talking about teaching, probably you will be at a you'll be at a very, better position to, maybe tell about teaching because you yourself, qualified as a chartered accountant, I guess, in 2009,
Yeah,
and like with an all India rank, and you had Big Four experience, you did your articleship from Big Four,
Deloitte.
and then you
Yeah.
shifted to from Deloitte, and then you took a decision to go in teaching. So what were your dynamics? What were the matrices or parameters which you considered while taking a decision back then? So like we obviously know, it turned out very well for you.
Yeah.
But what were you thinking back then, and how it went for you, and what was like in your mind that time?
Yeah, so like talking about my journey as a teacher would be like, I cleared I wrote my final exams in November 2008, Jan 2009, the results came. And then by till that time, my 6 months of articleship was still remaining. So that got over. So 31st July 2009, I completed my articles. And then once I finished my articles, in September 2009, I started teaching and then teaching the subject of audit since then. So main reason why I took over job of teaching is like, maybe to maintain a work life balance. That could be one very important reason. And another, I have a lot of passion towards teaching. So I really enjoy, like it's like they say, you should pick up a work wherein you feel like, getting up for doing up that work every day. So yes, you have to be. So if you ever plan to become a teacher or pursue teaching as a career, certainly one, you should check your passion towards teaching, right? Then again, I say teaching is a very noble profession. The amount of respect which you get as a teacher, and along with respect, also there is a lot of responsibility also, right? Because I know that what a role teachers have played in my life. So now, how important, is the for the students, the role of the teachers over there, right? So that could be another factor to be considered over there. And then yes, I would suggest that you just pick up one particular subject, work on the content, and then keep on developing and gaining knowledge. So rather, when you are a teacher, you are a student all your life. So you would have probably seen the RTPs and MTPs and suggested, only for your attempt or a few attempts before yours, before your exams, you could have seen. Till today, I see all the MTP, RTP suggested, though I have become a chartered accountant, like, way back. So it's like I am a student throughout. The moment I know today audit paper is done, so immediately I'll be like, oh, let me see what questions were asked in the exam, and oh, this chapter, how much question came, and that chapter, how much question came. So it literally feels like a student, even today to some part of it. And then when, on a teacher's day or Guru Purnima or on the day of the result, when you really feel so much of gratitude for being a teacher for being a teacher. And those who are into practice or who are into job, they can simultaneously also, say on the weekends do some teaching, or with ICI they can be with ICI taking some sessions over there to test for themselves, whether really is this their cup of tea. And then also, very much believe in gender diversity, like, men and women all equal, equal amount of rights and privileges, all I agree. But my conventional or my personal opinion would be that it would be a very preferred career option. Teaching would be a very preferred career option for female chartered accountants. Obviously, males also, they pursue teaching as a career, but for females, with work life balance and you're giving time to your family and to your career, doing justice to your CA degree, you don't feel like, I've done CA and now the degree is getting rusted or something. So doing justice to your career and doing justice to your family also, that can be achieved very well, when you are yes, get into the line of teaching. So I think, and then this is just about teaching CA students, but apart from that, you could be teaching in so many institutions, and now we have so many digital platforms, wherein also you could be doing teaching over there. MBA
Yeah.
colleges are there, private institutions are there. So yeah, many such options.
No, no, I completely agree. And also, I think, though you are, qualified as a chartered accountant, but it's not necessary that you only, teach in CA finance. You can, probably teach in CA finance. You have 8 subjects of elective again, 5, 6 subjects. So you have a lot of variety. You have CA intermediate, you have foundation. If not CA, because you know everything about commerce, you can maybe teach to at 10th, 11th, 12th.
Yeah,
You can maybe teach for a school. You can teach in a school. You can teach in a private coaching institute. You can set up your own your own institute or tuitions. You can teach on some online platforms like you mentioned on an academy, Byju's, and all these type of things. You can start your own YouTube channel probably, just to start with and make a name for yourself.
yeah,
So I think there are a lot of ways and a lot of I'd say a lot of various fields in which you can teach, and not only academics. Probably, uh, maybe you can also teach something of which you are very interested in. Probably, if, for example, I'm very good at singing. Teaching can there are classes of singing or music also, right? So if
true,
I am an
true.
instrumental, so you can like teaching has no foundations. Only these are the available fields, I think. So yeah, so I guess there are a lot of varied options. You can teach in primary schools, for example. Few people just love to be with kids.
Yeah, let
Maybe
me tell you, that's the most difficult task. To teach the
definitely.
primary kid students. Yeah.
Correct. And
So
teaching, somewhat keeps you in touch with what's with the the developments, not only in the course and curriculum, but also the development in generation by generation. Because I think you will be in touch with chartered accountants of all the generation of all the attempts.
true,
So
true.
probably you will be at a very right position to actually trace down what are the developments from a
Yeah.
candidate from one attempt to other.
So maybe I can make a comment over there, a comment over here, that earlier students were ready for more of hard work and less of notes, or less of ready-made compilations and question bank and this author book and that amendment video and all of that. Now they want less of hard work. Now the proportion has changed. Earlier it was more of hard work and less of content. Now it is less of the hard work and more of the content. And then, in doing the shortcut to success, they happen to kill, not kill, like, just um, again, have to 6 months of your whatever future plans, they get delayed just because of the shortcut approach which they try to find, which is nowhere there on earth. So probably that is
Right.
one trend which is changing amongst the students, is what I have noticed, or what I'm seeing over there.
Summary charts, fast track, crisping everything, cutting it down and all.
Shortcut, basically they have to get it, that whatever one book they pick up, whichever one particular notes they follow, or even it could be the study material, or if their faculty has told them that you need to solve these problems, or you need to do the writing practice, or you need to study for 10 12 hours a day, you need to follow that religiously. Unless and until whatever is told to you, if it is not followed religiously, any formula is not going to work. So yes, that could again be probably some important, okay, the answer is not lying outside on any YouTube channel or any notes or anywhere. Your marks are not over there. Your marks are can be created for you, can be generated only by your hard work. This is my very hardcore belief over there. And I think you've also recently cleared your exams, so you would also be in a better position to say, okay, oh, that that willingness and that urge to study and the responsibility has to be within, rather than looking for it from
Agreed,
the
completely
outside.
agree. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Completely
So
agree. And like other than teaching, probably the fifth option which we have of further studies.
Yeah.
So I guess that is also, so further studies and teachings, it is something which you can combine it with anything. You
Hmm.
can, do a job, business, practice, you can teach, and simultaneously you can, study for some additional courses. It can be a master's, it can be an MBA, it can be, some other professional courses, like maybe you are a CA, so you can, leverage upon it by, maybe doing a CS, a CMA, or a CFA, or you can, then become a you can, pick up CPA, which is, like a chartered accountant back, like outside India, a CPA or a ACCA. And there are different options which, you can avail in order to, maybe, you can align it with what are your future plans are. For example, if I'm working at a MNC, or if I'm working in India, I want to, maybe go abroad,
Hmm.
do jobs. So probably a CPA or a ACCA kind of courses would, help me to get a job outside. If I am, probably if I'm, into a tax practice, or, where there are a lot of tax assessments and stuff. So probably a LLB or maybe a CS could, help me in excelling in my area of interest. So by that, by tracing what you want to do ahead, probably, you can backtrace it and, decide as to what course would be relevant. There are a lot of certificate courses of ICI on different aspects, for example, on banking audit, on information technology. Nowadays, there are courses, I think, on blockchain, cryptocurrency, and stuff. So probably you can try that. There are courses for insolvency and bankruptcy code. So something on that, maybe an insolvency professional certificate or something. I
True,
think
true.
there is no end to it. And also, I think, further studies would also include not only these, some academic courses, but also probably some recreational courses.
Yeah.
Like maybe, you can study some designing or graphics or animation, and, you can use that not only, you can, obviously use that in like maybe animation, but you can also use that in your corporate life.
True,
Instead
true.
of, a boring PPT, you can, animate some presentations to, present a creative idea. There's no end to, your creativity. So I guess, all those are the aspects where you can, stretch into.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, on further studies, that would be something.
Yes, yes, certainly. And what I would like to add over here, whenever you decide, like, okay, along with CA, let me do CS also, let me fill the form, let me, write the exams, and then in the flow, it happens that you clear your CS also, CMA also, some CFA, or you start writing the papers of actuary also. You will never regret that decision in your life, okay, oh, why did I also become this? Why did I also get that degree? The regret is always going to be that, oh, I should have done that, oh, why I didn't do that, so if you think it in 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, those of you who recently qualified, it would never be a regret that, oh, why did I study more? The regret is always going to be, oh, why did I not study more? So that probably could be a takeaway, for students from here. And then, you
Correct.
could be just doing
Knowledge
some
would never harm.
knowledge will never do you harm, and jitna the more of Saraswati, the more of Lakshmi, and then with both Saraswati Lakshmi combination, you can be the goddess Kali to kill all the demons. Okay, so it could be a package of all three together. So they
Correct.
always say जहाँ सरस्वती है वहाँ लक्ष्मी हमेशा रहती है, तो it's always goes hand in hand, so that way. And then you could be doing some
So probably
courses
we can,
on.
say you have.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
could be
sorry.
doing some courses on Udemy or Upgrad, or some skill courses, or some, any sort of learning which keeps the spark of learning in you alive. Yeah, even doing the
Correct.
CPRs of ICI, though that doesn't come under further studies, but at least you're updated about the Ind AS and the CARO 20, or the form, what are the changes in the Form 3CD, GST audit, what are the new rules and all. So that's continuous updation. And, chartered accountant, one of their ethical requirement is the professional competence. So they always have to be
Correct.
competent in whatever services they are providing. Yes.
Correct. So, would you agree with this? We started our video by saying, we have 5 options of, job, practice, business, teaching, and further studies. Can we say it we have 4 options, and fifth one, which is further studies, it's compulsory. You have to, irrespective whatever you choose in these four, you have 4 options you can choose, but further studies has to go.
Yes.
So probably you have 4 options, and one thing is compulsory for you.
Compulsory, yeah, yeah. So question number one is compulsory. Answer any three from the remaining four.
Correct, correct. Question number one you have to give. Now you have to like choose other one.
Yeah,
Correct.
the others you can
So
select.
CA prepares you for that also, like in advance. Well, in advance, he has prepared you
Means
for
if
that.
you can write a
Correct.
CA
But
exam, you can write any exam in life.
Right.
So if you have gone through the
Correct.
grind of preparing for CA final and CA intermediate and 3 years of articleship, you are a living example of what is hard work. So certainly
Correct.
you should,
Correct.
that
Correct.
skills which you have developed, you should keep on utilizing it more to the best of your benefit.
Agreed. Agreed.
So,
Completely agreed.
Yatharth, it has been wonderful, amazing, very grateful of you to engage in this entire conversation, wanting to share your knowledge with all the students regarding what are the options post qualification. I was very, very glad to see the eagerness and the promptness in you that, ma'am, let's do something about this, let's put some videos, and the plethora of information and the knowledge and the networking skills which you have, long way for you to go ahead. Right. So looking forward later on, we'll come up with some more videos regarding articleship and then CA intermediate and other things related to career and academics also. Yes. So thank you so much and thank you viewers also.